Hello and welcome to EvilGinger Miniatures. I know it's been a bit, but I've been having all sorts of interesting fun, including with the audio on here. If you remember the last EvilGinger Miniatures, where it sounded like I was recording from the bottom of the pit and the microphone was at the top. I think I've sorted that out now because, unbeknownst to me, Windows had decided to set the. In fact, I might even have done it. I don't know. Windows 12 is 11 is. I haven't coughed all day. Anyway, get back to it. I think I'm recording. I think this has got sound. Hello and welcome to EvilGinger Miniatures after some faffing. And I've got a bit of an unboxing. This arrived late last week and I haven't had the place to put it. It's, get this right. I've got the overhead light on so I can see what I'm doing while I'm modelling. This is a thing from CP Miniatures, who have a sale on at the moment. It's a 30% sale and I'm intending to spend a lot of money on with them. This is stage one. This is the stuff I didn't intend to get, but I was painting my Celtic Dwarves and I was a bit fed up with the universe, as you might have noticed if you've been following me on EvilGinger. And this was, if I can get into it, a bit of comfort spending. I was intending to expand the Celtic Dwarves, just not now. So these were at 30% off, so I can console myself with that, even if I do have to live on baked beans and on toast for the rest of the month as a result of my doing this. So this is what we've got. A lovely checkpoint. So let's get into it then. Nice reusable packing. Lots of nice reusable packing. And we get down to the first lot of figures. Right, I think my glasses are dying. These are their dwarves with hand weapons, but they also come with spears. And I'm not using the bases, so I'm going to get rid of those, and the one that fell on the floor doesn't matter. We've got spears, we've got other hand weapons, we've got a selection of shields. The shields and hand weapons, and they're the models there. Fairly generic and very, very flexible, and you can do all sorts of things with them. I'm putting one of them aside because I have every intention of sawing his hand off and using it to put a spear on another dwarf. So you've got those two, and I'll reach forward and find it if I can find my file. And we've got the round one, which is not the one I want. And we've got the triangle one, which again I keep saying I'm going to clean this, but I haven't got around to it yet. And then just filing the base and sticking it down. The bases I'm using for this are 25mm round corner bases from War Bases, and as usual with metal to wet anything else, it's super glue. I think I'll stick the other one down because it's probably going to be easier to do the thing I want to do next on this one, which is saw the hand off, so it can go with. So that's a pack of spearmen, and then we've got a pack of dwarf hounds. In fact, we've got 2 packs of dwarf hounds because I like my doggies, and I'm probably going to get some bases for those because I think the ones that I've got which are actually for horses are a bit on the long side for these, so I shall get some slightly shorter one. They won't fit on the 25mm square ones, but they'll probably fit on a 40 by 25. I want to keep the frontage at that. So you've got your doggies. On the doggies, we've got yet more bases I probably won't use, but they're always useful to have, just in case you've got, you know, Warhammery stuff and you want to use the official bases rather than the ones that come with it, and you drop them on the floor because they're not very generous with their bases. And getting more of the official ones, oh, it's a bit expensive. Anyway, those can go back in the box at the moment. And then we have more dwarf infantry. We have them, 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 and them. Right, there's something else in here. No, I think that's it. Right, doggies can go back in there for the moment, or actually go up there. Because if I put them back in the box, I'll forget they're there. Because that's what I do these days. I'll put that down on the floor for the moment and sort it out in a minute. But we have got dwarves with helmets and swords, some of which will be converted into spearmen. And that's a set of 3 of them. I've got one of them already with the hand sawn off, so basically I'm going to swap a couple of those spearmen for swordsmen. So again, super glue, gentle file of the base. That. Just take some pictures of these as they go. Once again, you've a selection of shields, which I'm all going to put in the one bag with all the other weapons, so hopefully I won't lose them. And we have some archers. Get those out the base, out the bag, so I can show the mouth. There. Unarmoured archers in shirts. A lot of them don't. A lot of this range are, as you'd expect from Celts, bare-chested, and but I wanted some more of the communal garden, you know, less fanatically sorts, but who would. There you are. There's your archer. Oh, fumbles. Lovely sculpt, but again, needs to go on a base. These will be going down into the workshop, where they will await me having some space up here to do some actual painting on them. I also might wait for getting some Umbral primer, because I'm having fun with primer sticking to figures at the moment. And it's late and I'm tired and I'm a bit fumbly. Another archer, just loosed an arrow. Originally these were going to get used for 5 leagues as the party, but I really haven't decided what to do with them, because I have rather more than you need for a sort of even a large group 4 or 5 leagues from the borderland. But Dragon Rampant and others are calling. And here we have again more bases, which are the standard round ones, but we have the Druid and the Druid's Apprentice. Again, give these a little touch on the base with the unpinned side of the file. I need to come up a leader for these lot. I don't think I got one. Did I? As I say, I wasn't intended to get these, but they are really nice figures. And then we have the Druid and Apprentice. The 3 archers. 6 warriors to go with the ones I've already got. And we have the Houndmasters. Who are again really lovely figures with lots of character. Guy with a big sword in his back, if I get him close enough to the camera, he doesn't get mixed up with the light. And another Houndmaster. Again, all I'm having to do for cleaning these up is just file the bottoms of the bases so they're flush. I'm not even having to do all of those. Trouble with super glue is it particularly sticky until it's gone off. So it can even act as a lubricant if you're not careful. But there we have the Houndmaster and his assistant. We have 3 archers. And we have all those lovely doggies. Again, building a nice little party of them. I'll get the doggies down so they can be seen here even if I've got the bases. I'll place one on the 40mm base, the bases I have got for them. See if they work. I don't think they will. I think they might be a bit long. Yeah, that's the bases I've got. They would work, but I prefer them a little bit shorter. But I've got 8 of these lovely little doggies. Yeah. And that's those all unboxed. A nice little thing from CP Miniatures. And I'll just do the last little thing to make sure I've got everything I'm supposed to have. Which were yep. As I say, I'm going to get some more Warhounds. But that was lovely. And remember, CP sale goes on till the end of January, so you've got plenty of time to order more. I shall be ordering more. Almost certainly some more Warhounds and a leader for my Celtic Dwarves, because I've got a wizard. So that is the unboxing bit done. Other things. Had a bit of a mental wibble in the week. You might have noticed. Not fun. I was overdoing it, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop again, but I can't afford another year where I do hardly anything. So I'm going to have to be careful with myself, and that probably means I'll produce a little bit. I'm going to have to throttle what I produce. At the minute, I've got stuff everywhere. There are German tourist Landsknechts over there. There are Goblin Cavalry over there on top of the computer. There are more stuff over there, more stuff in there. Baronsmore stuff that is down, which is down in the workshop on the drying radiator, drying off at the moment. So I'm generally really busy. I've also started running a new role-playing game, which again requires a lot of prep to set up, as it's not D&D and it actually requires me to do historical research. I'll be painting figures for that. Expect to see some Victrix Normans along the way at some point, as it's set during the anarchy in England and that sort of area. So I'm looking forward to doing that, running that on Tuesday in replacement to the Daggerheart thing that I've been doing. I've created a character for my online game, and I'll be showing those off in another little episode where I'll be showing you. And I've done a load more Frostgrave stuff. So the coming out of the depression, miserable as it was, has actually done me a considerable amount of good, and they give me another burst of energy. I just don't want to overdo it, because I have a history of overdoing it. That's what makes me bad. And then there's a trigger and bonk. So all the projects are ongoing. I've got other things in the mail. I've got other things which are sort of pending, and I've got a dirty great big marketplace that I've got to go downstairs and sort out, because it needs photographing and I need to get pictures up. I also need to work out precisely what finishing touches it needs, because that needs to go in the post at some point fairly soon, as it's been hanging around here a while, and I would like to do it for the gentleman, because it's one of my sort of residual commissions from before I had my little turn. Actually, it's just occurred to me that I could do some more on these, because super glue goes off really fast, and I have some Milliput in my hand. This is the hard note, which is gone a bit hard. It doesn't mean it's not usable, you just have to work the thing. I'm probably going to get another pack of those. 4, yeah. Yeah, the knuckles cracking as I do that. It's good hand exercise, this. Keeps your fingers subtle. Do this at once. Small bit off because it's easier to work. Even got my razor saw behind me, so I could probably chop some hands off. And actually get these ready to paint. Though they're almost certainly going to be going in a tray downstairs into the workshop, just because I really haven't got the space to put them. and I have stacks of stuff everywhere which I need to find homes for. And I've also grown rather fed up with picking stuff off the floor. Sometimes the stuff I pick off the floor has got paint on it, and therefore it comes off the floor with a considerable amount of fluff, and it's always a great joy to scrape the fluff off and have to redo bits where you might have damaged it in the scraping off process. Kickstarter's still going on, by the way. I will keep bugging you about that as we go. Keep working this until it's got the right consistency. And I think what I might do is I'll move the camera all the way around over here, point it down at the, it's caught on something, so you can actually see the workbench while I'm doing this. This is the problem with carrot cables everywhere. Now, can you actually see the workbench like that? Here you can. As I say, you've just seen a shot of the horrific mess that's the workshop at the moment. Hang on, I'm still having a fight with the camera. I know what's up with it. I need to get that way around. Not a fan of these greys connecting, and I would lot. So you can actually see, keep pointing it down a lot more. Yeah, you can actually see the worktop where I'm working. Now, if I could edit or pay an editor, I'd have cut that faffing out, but it's all part of the immensely low production quality that you have come to know and love from me. Right pair of glasses, and I'm just doing my usual trick with a little bit of milliput just to blend in around the edges of the base, and using my improvised sculpty tools, also called brush handles, to make sure it's all smoothed out and sorted out nicely. Yeah, it's one done. Another one done. And let's just do another one. See art system. As usual, I've done too little of this, so almost certainly going to have to do some more. Our druid. Your finger, if it's sticking to your skin more than it is to the base. Let's put more here. So I could be naughty and impatient and stick these doggies on those bases, but they're more useful for other things, and I really would like them to be on shorter bases, 25 by 40 perhaps. These are 25 by 50s. So if you have a look at that, yeah, it's even 25 by 30 by 40s. Would do quite nicely. But again, you keep mixing this until it gets slightly warmer and it's even colours. And you roll it out nice and thin. And just do a fillet around the edge of the base. That's the druid done. And doggy handlers. That's what our dog handler's done. So dog handler. Let's work this a bit more. Let's get it nice and level. Just lose the base. stick's better than this, but been that sort of weight so far, and got more of this to do. I'm going to end it pretty much when I have done all of these, and there are 4 more to do at this point. Keep plodding away at the old you put. So we've got 2 dog handlers, a druid and their assistant, 3 archers and 6 more warriors. I should have more than that because I've got some downstairs which I can't find, and I suspect they may have ended up on the floor somewhere while I was ill, as they were about that time. There might be one in here because I lost an axe wielding fanatic. Need more doggies, a leader, and his bodyguard, and possibly some shirtless ones that I can practice with paint pens on, because I have some of the new army painter markers on order, and one of the ones I have on order is a sort of a woady blue. So that's 2 of those done. There's actually 3 of them done. So I put them back under there, do a bit of shuffling. Tend to rank stuff up so I know where I am and what I am with it. Shall leave the hands on these until I've worked out how I'm going to sort that out with sawing hands off and sticking them on other models. I can't believe I've not made enough of this again. It's getting a little irksome. I need to cut off because it's got people fur in it, so make sure it's nice and mixed up. That's just the one to do. Just need to do that side of the base. Maybe just some tactical block rocks to close up to use up the last little dregs, rather than making it them into the classic bricks. And there you have it. Another dwarf warband, an expansion to the dwarf warband. I'll take that one for a photograph, and then I think I will say goodbye for now, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and goodbye. At least it will be goodbye as soon as I can find the mouse pointer.